Well, certainly happy with that win. I thought we were really tough tonight and physical, matched their physicality. When that schedule came out and I saw this stretch, 5 games in 9 days in 5 different cities, you know, to have every team goes through it in this compacted schedule, but for us to go 4-1, and even in the game we lost, we gave ourselves a legitimate shot to get to the finish line in Atlanta, is remarkable. I can't be more proud of that stretch. To understand what goes through when you're playing in 5 games in 9 days in 5 different cities, the wake-up calls, the commercial flights, breakfast and lunch always in the airports. You land, you grab your bags, and you go right to practice. You get checked in, and the next day you're waking up to a shoot-around or a walkthrough. And for us to go 4-1 in that stretch is simply remarkable and a credit to that locker room. They believe in each other, care for each other, play for each other, and really, really proud of that stretch. They've earned this day off desperately. Now, they want more than 1 day off, but they've earned that 1 day off desperately. So really, really proud. That is a championship team in the other locker room. They threw some haymakers at us. There is things that we need to learn from that game that we did not handle well. They did a really nice job at some X's and O's aspects of the game that we have to handle better when other people look at the tape and try to mimic that. And so this is a big win for us, but we'll learn a lot from this tape.
In that third quarter when they came out and they really took it to you early, when you went on that 10-0 run, did it say something about this team?
Well, this league is about runs, and that's a championship team. You knew they were going to make a run at us. I thought we looked a little sluggish out of the locker room. Again, our baskets were high again tonight, but our assists on our baskets were lower than normal. They forced us into a bunch of one-on-one plays. We didn't move them as much as we wanted. We settled for our first action and tried to make those plays. That's a credit to them. But big answer. Courtney kept us afloat when we didn't have a lot going early. Strick was huge for us. Got loose in transition, can always step up and make a big three. So Strick was big. We just kept on throwing bodies. We planned on using Brianna more tonight than we did. We just kept throwing bodies between JJ and Chanae at fouls and tried to give her different looks with other people coming to congest her. She's a load to guard one-on-one, and again, a lot of people contributed tonight, but Courtney kept us alive early, and Strick was really big in the momentum stretch, got the crowd into it. Almost got the crowd in it as much as free T-shirts.
Do you view 2 technicals and a flagrant as competitive fire or lack of discipline?
Well, they take on their head coach personality at times, and we complain too much, and I lead that charge. I tell them all the time, let me fight for them, but they're an emotional group, so there's always a little of both. I love the fire and the fight in this team right now. That's what I like to coach. That's what I ask for. I try to pull out of them. It's not always easy at the pro level, night in and night out, but this team has a fire and competitiveness that's hard to explain. At the same time, in a different game, that can really hurt us, just as my technicals can really hurt. So we've got to be careful too, because that there is eventually a threshold where suspensions are talked about. So we got to be smart in this whole thing.
Getting strictly more touches. What was the main adjustment when they took the lead to kind of get the thing going back in their favor?
Well, we got some consecutive stops, so we were able to get out and run. They were actually outrunning us and having more success in transition than we were. We started to string together some consecutive stops. Some of that was us. Some of them, they missed some shots they're capable of making. But getting us out and run, Alyssa found Strick the one time. They lost her on an offensive rebound another time. So that's the danger of not playing through one person, that, you know, you just never know in a stretch whose stretch it's going to be. You know, AB's been really, really good for us so far this year, and, you know, we just didn't get her a lot of shots tonight. So I think our bench can continue to help us more and more.
Can you talk a little bit about Courtney Williams' game and just the type of play she's able to make in the first half to really keep the team in the game?
Well, she's one of the prolific pull-up jump shooters in the world, and she's getting better and better at the arc. But she has ultimate confidence. If you get her on the move and get her in action, her lift off the ground on her pull-up jumper game is outstanding. And when she can get to her spots and get to that pull-up game, when she gets on a roll, it's pretty fun to watch. I called a play in the stretch that she was hot, that went away from her, and I almost had a team revolt and tackle me. That I actually call a play not for Courtney. So when she gets in those stretches, she's got ultimate confidence and belief by her teammates. But, you know, Courtney believes that she can score every possession. And it's hard not to run plays for her when she gets in that mode. But, again, we believe in that equal shot distribution, and so they don't load up just on one person.